Yeah, I'm much happier with that. So I cleaned up a couple of the other holes. One or two are still a little bit loose, but I'm not too worried about it. I think it was just because it pushed it through already. This is with the change of decimal cut, so it's now 0.03, and with the RPMs up at 5,600. Yeah, 5,600 now. And I'm much happier with this. I don't know if it's perfect, but I'm much happier with this than what we started with. So we're gonna let it run, finish up the rest of its program, and go from there. All right, so that was the end of the drill cycle. The drill bit survived. We've got a whole bunch of holes, a couple no holes, but that's not okay, or that's okay because I expected that. I'm actually pretty happy with how that went. So I'm gonna go start figuring out the next operation, and I will get back to you guys as soon as I've got that kind of somewhat worked out. All right, so I came across a fun little problem here. So my plan was originally use these two guys, grab a random bolt, throw them in there, hold everything down, everything will be all right. Not a big deal, right? Well, the issue is these are imperial. Everything with that is imperial, and basically everything I have from working on bikes is metric, so nothing fits. So I do have these little abominations I made forever ago for my manual mill. I might just go through here, clean up the edges just a little bit so they're the same width, and use these guys, because then I can use the smaller metric socket screws, but otherwise we're stuck with these bigger guys, and I know those don't fit. These, I just have nothing else that'll fit it except for these studs, and they're gonna be much longer than I need. I really want to countersink the fixture plate so I can fit the socket head screw inside of it, so that way I can go through and deck it and do a decent job with it. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I'll go through, clean the edges up on these a little bit, make it so that it work, and we'll make it happen. All right, so a bunch has happened. Had a whole bunch to do. Made a few changes. So I'm going through. I'm gonna spot these last two holes here that I had missing. I'm also gonna put in one hole there and one hole there, and these are gonna be our main two hold down holes, whatever they're called. So that's going to be, those four holes are going to be our next series of operations. I've got the spot drill back in it. We'll spot drill all four, go back through, we'll drill all four, and then I'll come back through these two and drill it out just a little bit wider, and probably finish up with the end mill just to flatten out the bottom end. See how that works. I don't know, we'll see how that works. But anyways, we've got it all basically using the same speeds and feeds from before, so I'm not too worried about it having any issues. So let's see what happens. Cycle start, fingers crossed. So the first one's just an initial little peck. I haven't quite figured out why it does that yet. And it does that for all four of them, or we'll do that for all four holes. Then I'll go back through, kind of reset, fire back up, and now it'll do the actual peck cycle down to, I think it was like 1/10 of an inch. Yeah. Ooh. I might have been a little off with my measurement there. Oh well. Those two looking alright though. Yeah, those two are a little crooked. Huh. I don't know how I did that. It's all good. Actually, let's find out real quick. Let's see. I don't think it's supposed to be 275. One moment. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the tool change on the Tormac. Super easy. Over here, I don't have anything fancy with this. It's just a bare bones machine pretty much. You just come through, kind of locks the spindle in place with that. Grab a 13 mil. Might have to put you down for a second. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Now this time I do have to put you down because I don't want to drop it. And simple as that. Tool change done. Or tool change out, I should say. I got my really cheesy rack right there. super fancy. Grab the drill we're going to use, put it down again. So, and we're back at it. Again, 13 mil. Snug her up, nice and tight. And make sure you pop that lever so the spindle's free to spin again. Otherwise, it won't let you close the cover either. So it's kind of convenient. I've done it more than a few times where I've tried, and it just obviously doesn't work. So pop the lockout out, and we are good to go again. We'll run that second cycle and see what happens. All right, so I ran the through holes, knocked those two out, even if they are a little off. I also ran the through holes for my two my actual hold down holes. Right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bore another hole slightly wider than this, get it down in there. All I've got is 1/4 inch end mill. That's a flat bottom. So I figured if we bored out basically the same size as the end mill, then we can ramp it in a little bit easier. I can trust it a little bit more because I think it's a pretty used end mill. I roughed that one up a little bit. And then we'll go through, finish clearing out the pocket just that little bit wider that we need for this screw, and we should be all set. So I just typed up this program as we're just using the same positions, updated the speeds, updated the end location. So I actually picked 0.3 because I want it to be about 1/4 inch down, which is about the size of this head. It's a little deeper than this head. And yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, moment of truth. Cycle start. I had to zero this one out too, so I was a little worried for a second. Oh, sure. Okay, good. And that stopped at a pretty good spot too. I'm very happy with that. Oh yeah. Starting to figure this out. All right, so what we're doing now is sort of like what you can see here. We're just going to ramp in, work out those holes a little bit, and basically flatten the bottom and finish out the holes to size to fit the head of the screw. So again, these are the two we're going to be working with. That's our 1/4 inch end mill. This is a bit used, a little bit roughed up. I'm hoping it doesn't gum up too bad. Luckily it's two fairly short and small cuts, so I think we'll be okay. I haven't had as much luck with end mill use, so fingers crossed. Something's gonna break. Here it is. Oh, started to move it. Stop, stop, stop. Well, we didn't clamp it down tight enough. It was so close, but we know what to do now.